Hey, what's going on there, fellow delinquents? Mischief here, and I brought the Sig Sauer P250 back, and I want to make this really quick video. I want to take it out to the range. This is the first time I'm shooting it in .40 Smith & Wesson. I might have shot it maybe 10 years ago, but to be perfectly honest, I did not have the experience or the know-how or the knowledge about this pistol or shooting in general as I did back then, so I wanted to come back with it with a fresh perspective. So let's go ahead and open up the box real quick. Take a look at the pistol. There's the pistol right there. For those of you who don't know, the Sig P250 was the predecessor of the 320. It is as you can see, it's empty. It is a hammer-fired, double-action only pistol. And so this was kind of the direction that the law enforcement was going to at the time. This was probably early 2000s-ish. And a lot of departments had not gone straight to striker-fire pistols. They wanted to still maintain kind of that long double-action trigger pull. A lot of revolver shooters were still in law enforcement at the time, and they wanted that long double-action trigger pull, and that's kind of how we got this. And then this transformed into the P320, which is the striker-fired version, which I think might be the better alternative. But this right here, it's not a bad gun. There's a couple of little quirks about it if you're not used to shooting a long double-action trigger pull, is that even when the gun cycles, you still have to come all the way out to there, and if you don't go out, you'll short stroke and have a dead trigger. So that's one really, really downside of having a gun like this. But so far, shooting the gun, it seems okay. I shot it in 9mm. It was very impressive on the accuracy, but now we're going to try in .40 Smith & Wesson. I got 200 rounds of this Winchester service grade. I don't know what this ammo is or why they call it service grade, but we're just going to go ahead and throw some rounds in this. For the compact, the original capacity was 12 rounds. So we're just going to throw 10 in here real quick. So I have a piece of steel out there at 50 feet, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to shoot 10 rounds and just see how tight of a group we can hold. Failed to extract. Well, this is off to a great start. Let's see. Yeah, it should extract. Okay. There's a round in there. Let's try that again. I did clean this pistol a little bit. There's still a lot of rust spots on there that I just cannot get rid of, no matter how much I go over it with that little, with that brass brush. But it should not affect reliability. Okay, that is terrible. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I was watching the rounds going down range. I don't think that's the ammo. I think this is just not a very easy gun to shoot. Definitely a lot of vertical up and down stringing. That group size is huge for my pistol shooting. This is why I don't shoot a lot of .40 Smith & Wesson. It's extremely expensive. It beats up the gun a lot more than it should, and it's just not very easy. It's not fun round to shoot. So there it is. A lot of vertical up and down stringing. Favoring a little bit to the right. That's kind of unusual for me. I wonder if maybe I could just drift that front sight a little bit. And shooting low, most of my impacts were here, and I was aiming right here. So definitely the SIG combat sights. Let's see. These are the night sights, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't really see myself shooting in this configuration very much, but let's go ahead and shoot a little bit more. Now, I do have some of these 10-rounders right here, and I had to modify the base pads in order to make this thing fit, because this SIG is actually running the Gen 1 frame This was the original Gen 1 frame that SIG originally released these pistols with. And this one right here did not fit with those little wings in there that would help guide the magazine in. So I had to grind those down, and now it fits. It just looks ugly. So we got a piece of cardboard out there at 7 yards, and I'm going to go do a 5, reload 5. I'm doing a pocket reload, so I'm not expecting the reload to be very fast, but I just want to see what my splits are going to look like. Let's see. Well, that's what my splits are going to look like. Okay, let's try that again. I think we might have found a fatal flaw with this. I got 2 hits on paper. Dead trigger. There is a round in there, which is what I was worried about. Okay. So 75 for the first shot, 31, a 269 reload. That's about average for me. I mean, I definitely could do that a lot faster, but it's from the pocket. 31, a 28, 26, 28. So high 20s. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have all 10 hits on paper. However, this is this is like a C-zone size piece of paper. So I'm looking at a C-zone size group, 7 yards, and I shot 7 rounds and a 488. So yes, this is definitely not an ideal self-defense choice, in my opinion. Like, I don't see this as being an improvement over the P320 if this is the type of performance that I'm looking at. Especially, like, if I have to train more to get used to this. Oh, what the? Caught the edge. Failed to feed. I yanked that gun down so bad. Alright, come on, boy. Let's try. Alright, you can argue that the pistol forces you to actually have to slow down and get your shots. Problem is, gunfights don't work that way. Yeah, in gunfights, you're panicky, you're really trying to, like, try and shoot the gun, and you're not... I don't care how much the gun forces you to have to slow down. Yeah, that's just not really beneficial. So I got these 2 holes right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and shoot a group at 7 yards and try and open up this hole, see if I can just eat one big, huge hole out of it. Okay. My rounds are just wandering wherever they feel like going. Not doing great. Nah. I got a fist-sized group at 7 yards with this thing. It's just all right. This thing is all over the place. I'm sorry, but I just don't see this pistol as being beneficial. If this was the end of the world and I could only find 40 Smith & Wesson ammo and this is all I had to work with, I would cringe, but I would run it. You know, definitely not my first choice when it comes to a gun in general, like a pistol in general. This is definitely not my first choice. I definitely, if I was going to run something like this, probably maybe 9mm at least. But 40 Smith & Wesson, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't with this gun. My favorite pastime, plate rack. Oh, you suck. All right, see if I hit anything. Failure to extract. Can I hit the 50? Yes, I can. Okay. I don't like this gun. I really don't like this gun. And of course I jerked that last shot. Okay. I really don't like this gun. I don't like it. So this is 2000s. What's something that SIG made that's probably a lot better? Well, let's take a look at the fuse. The SIG fuse right here is a striker fire pistol. I have mine set up with the safety on it, just as kind of like an extra. You don't have to run it with the safety. It's very positive, and what I like about it is if you have a hot gun, you flip the safety on, put the gun down, and it's just an extra layer of safety. When you pick it up, put it in your holster, flip the safety off, and carry it like that. That's how I usually run this. So if you're in the market for a SIG, I highly recommend checking out their 365 line. This right here is about the same size, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit taller, but it's so much thinner, and you have so many better options. The P250, shooting it is terrible, especially in the 40 Smith & Wesson configuration. This right here, I got the Hollow Sun on there. This one's got the external safety. I just added it on there because I felt like it. And I got blacked out front and rear sights. And this one is in 9mm, and I shoot this so much better. And I don't have any 9mm on me right now, so I can't really shoot it today. But I just wanted to show you, like, yeah, this is definitely like a huge improvement from what SIG started with to what SIG has right now. And I like the P365 models better than the 320s. I think if you're in the market for a SIG and you don't have any SIGs and you want to get started, pick up a 365. These are really, really nice guns. They're very proven, and they have so much going for them in terms of aftermarket support. They have all different barrel sizes, everything from 3.1-inch barrels up to this 4.3-inch barrel right here. I mean, this is practically a duty-sized gun, and it holds 17 rounds. Look at the size of this thing. I mean, you're going from 12 rounds of 40 to 17 rounds of 9mm, and they're pretty much the same size, except this one's so much thinner. So yeah, that's basically all I got for you, so I'll make sure you stay out of trouble. Can't stay out of trouble, you didn't learn it from me. Wow.